Hi guys, this is Irvin from Yuma Wizard. Today we're gonna do a basic, hopefully more tutorial-like video. Okay, so this is the very basic of where we usually need to be involved with when you're working with Yuma. Well, I've got this experimental resource folders from previous videos, but don't worry about that. Actually, we can delete them. Okay, yeah. So once you import the basic Yuma project package, you'll get a Yuma folder like this one. And once you import the Yuma Wizard, you'll get an additional folder called extensions. And inside extensions, you will find the Yuma Wizard. This is the official folder for any extensions made for the Yuma project. So you'll also find power tools and other tools here. In this case, I only have Yuma Wizard installed for this video. Okay, so oops. Okay, so in this case, I also downloaded some content because I'll be talking about the filters. So if you download content, the one that is on the asset store, you'll also get a Yuma content folder. In case you don't, you probably won't see this one. In this case, I only have Fernando's overlays, but you'll get the armor and the other stuff that you find in the store for Yuma should also appear here. Okay, that being said, well, this is the Yuma project, so the wizard is inside extensions, and the rest is basically related for the Yuma project itself. The Yuma project has has content that we just spoke of, has the asset folder that has the races, the slots, the overlays, and we'll talk a little bit about that, and has additional project-related scripts and stuff. So the first thing we're gonna do is open the. You should have a Yuma tab up here, and you should also get a Yuma Wizard option here. So the first thing we're gonna open is the Avatar Wizard, and you may wish to dock it here in the side. And actually, we're also gonna open the settings wizard. This one tends to be wide, so I usually put it here. You can also put it here, but well, I find it better to put it here. Right now it's only showing libraries, and it's only showing the slots and the overlays. For practical purposes, the slots are the meshes. We'll probably comment a bit about that in a moment. And the overlays are the textures. Those are the names Yuma project has given them. So you may wish to press the load settings. This one will load like the default settings if it's the first time you have been working with this. This will load the default settings. These are the slots that are available by default that come with the Yuma project. This editor game button, what it does is it enables this for you to be able to use it, to see it in the wizard. At this moment, they're both connected, but the idea on future Yuma Wizard updates is for this to appear, for this to be the slots or overlays or whatever that appears in the game in the GUI, and this one the one you actually use when you're designing the Yuma. Okay, we have the female male buttons. If you want something to be unisex, you will actually just press them both. There's another filter that well, it's already enabled, but it's not being like filtered here, but it will be in the on the next update. That is the clothing button. The idea for this is especially meant for example, for your games, inside games and GUIs, where you're gonna have like slots that are related to the body, but you probably won't have you probably will have in your game people changing the face size and face features and stuff like that, but you probably won't have them changing nose types or something like that. It's well, you can, but probably you may decide that it's only like clothes because it's only humanoids or something like that. So this will allow you to have a special filter that will go through the slots and overlays and only display the ones that are marked as clothed. So your the game is only gonna show those. That's the idea behind this. Then we have like the body part. So we've got like the complete body, or it can be a head part. For example, these are heads, and you see ear, eyes, head, mouth, nose, big nose, eyes again. And we've got torso, we've got legs, and we also have arms as such. Yeah, these are the slots, which are the meshes. We'll see them in a moment, and these are the overlays. It basically works the same. There's usually a relationship of several overlays matching the slots, and when you select the texture or the overlay that doesn't match the slot, you will get something weird. One of the things that is being set up in the Yuma project in general is including into the files, into the assets, this relationship to avoid, for example, you selecting a leg slot and being able to assign an ear overlay to it and stuff like that. That will be fixed in the whole Huma's general in several weeks. So yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so this is the libraries, the settings, the filters. If you got new stuff that actually I placed here with the Yuma content, you'll want to press scan folders. You will go through the folders and you will find any new stuff you have. Either you downloaded from the asset store or you made it yourself. At this point, it's important to note that for the library, the settings wizard, to find your own stuff, you should either put it inside the Yuma content in this folder, or you should either put it in the Yuma wizard in the assets folder. If whatever you did isn't there, the wizard won't find it. Sorry for the inconvenience. I'll add an option to be able to specify a specific folder of your own. But for the moment, you either put it in Yuma content or you place your assets in Yuma wizard assets folder. That's the place you need to put stuff. So now that we press scan, we are presented with several new features that weren't here before. Yeah, I had to refresh. Okay, so we have strange male eyes. Oh, this weren't selected by default. Funny. Oh, maybe they belong to the new Yuma project. Oh, okay, yeah. I just realized this. Cool. Yes, this new slots were probably added in this new version of the Yuma project. That's the reason they weren't for default. I'll have this added into the default settings for the wizard. Meanwhile, you probably, for example, if you see females, you'll want to do something like this. And oh no, I'm sorry, I know which this ones are. Yeah, they're not new. I added the slots for the human high resolution, high poly. So these are the ones who belong to the high poly. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So these are actually new, and these are actually content we just downloaded from the asset store. So these are the high poly slots, and these are the overlays. Here there's the Athena and the Dionysus scans. So Athena will be female, this one will be male, this is the body, so we'll select body, this is the head, body, head, yeah. And slots will have, well actually, for timing issues, we'll just place body on all of them. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being lazy now, I know. So once you have the changes made into your new stuff, you'll press store changes, and actually now you can, for example, let's load these are the changes we just made. If you press load, it'll reload whatever was stored. So as you can see, we have the new changes there. Okay, so that's ready. So once you have all the libraries configured, then you will wish to press the create Yuma or Yuma Wizard and Yuma Wizard environment. So this will create two variables in your hierarchy. You'll add the Yuma. Well, you actually need to give it a second. Okay, yeah. So what this is going to do is gonna build the resources folder. It's being used to avoid getting errors. I was getting in the edit mode. So this will add the resources folder into your assets. The resources has its own Yuma Wizard GUI folder in case you guys have more stuff put in the resource folder. This folder will also appear in your game. So what is basically being stored here is only the preview of all the slots available that you configured. So that way you can use this when you're working in the GUI or something like that. Okay, so we got the resources, and well, we got two folders here. The Yuma, that's the basic Yuma one. This is one of the things that Yuma Wizard does for you. If not, you'll have to do it manually. And let's select inspector. That is making the building the overlay library for you. That is this one. As you can see, we added the Athena and the Dionysius. It's here. The race one, the race library. Well, the Yuma Wizard just finds the default races. It's not like reading the custom ones. I'll add the for custom races right now. I just think there aren't too much around. And the slots that, as you can see, we have the new high poly ones and the default Yuma ones. It'll create a variable object called Yuma context that links the libraries for all of the Yuma stuff to do it, and it'll add the Yuma generator. If you're using the free version and don't want this annoying warning, just unselect the pro option. If not, the Yuma generator will do it for you. The Yuma generator, when it's created by the wizard, will select the Yuma default mesh combiner. In case you want to use the legacy or any other, you'll have to make this change manually. I'll have this being set up in the settings on a future reference. There are going to be more options up here with libraries. There are going to be generator and other stuff. If you have power tools, it will also have an option to tell the wizard that to avoid using the default generator but use the power tools one and stuff like that. So that will be added on the next weeks. So this Yuma folder, all of you projects that use Yuma must have this one, regardless if you're using the wizard, you're not using the wizard, or you're using whatever scripts GUI, or yeah, they must have this Yuma folder, and the wizard build the folder for you and selected and added all the overlays and slots for you and got all configured. And the wizard will also add this Yuma wizard and editor mode folder that it's used. It has two variables. One is objects. One is called the avatar manager. The avatar manager is used for well, both the avatar manager and the Yuma generator editor version are used for are used by the wizard to display the avatar and have it moving and animating in edit mode. So they're necessary for that. You can delete this one once you're done and ready to like make the final build or something. You will delete this one using the remove Yuma wizard context. It will delete this folder. In case you press play, this folder will usually disable itself, so it wouldn't affect whatever you're doing. As you can see here, it got disabled. Look, yeah, it's unchecked. But if you know you won't be needing the wizard for configuring anything, it's a good practice to actually delete it. So you can do it with this remove Yuma wizard context button. Okay, so now that we've got the Yuma, we may, well, and we don't have any other Yuma avatar here. That's redundant. We're going to create one. So you're going to press create avatar. in here you're going to be presented with this window where you can are able to select the recipe. Each Yuma has a recipe, like okay, 2 hands, 2 feet, 10 toes, whatever. So in here you're able to select either you're building a new and nude Yuma by selecting human male, human female, or you can use one of the recipes that come with the project that are pre-existing recipes. Today we're gonna actually do a new one. So we'll select the human female. We'll give her a name, say girl, and well, in here you're able to select your own animators. This test animator controller is a controller used by the wizard to configure, well, to enable you being able to play animations in edit mode. It's being listed here because the wizard looks for all the controllers to find, but I'll have it actually removed for to avoid any of you just selecting it. You shouldn't select it. If you leave the controller in none, the generator for the Yuma project will assign itself one that is the locomotion default one that comes with the project, or you either do that or you can select it here. It will have the same effect. And then here the skin color is, for example, if you're creating a devil girl or something like that, we will just go red, and all her body will have a red tint. If not, leaving a white should give like the normal texture color. Now we're gonna press create, and yeah, we got this object here. That is also, it also appears here. Let me get into the inspector. So what the actually a Yuma object that is not being used looks like is just a game object that has this Yuma dynamic avatar script that comes from the Yuma project, and this one has a link for the context, for the recipe, the generator, the controller if there's one, and load and start option. This Yuma data is usually actually generated in runtime, so it will appear as none here if you're not inside if you're not in play mode. If you're using the wizard, when you select the dynamic avatar, you'll get this gizmo, well, to show you that it's selected. This is because in edit mode, you won't see the avatar, as you can see now. Well, Power Tools will actually show it to you, so you'll get an option here to show. The Yuma wizard will also show it to you, but well, it's being showed different, only the one you're editing. So the Yuma project has this cube here to show that this is the selected. Since the wizard basically draws it on top of it, I'll suggest just to remove this gizmo. I'll leave it like that. So let's get back to the avatar wizard window. Okay, yeah. So we got the girl Yuma selected, and as you notice, well, we selected it and nothing happened. So let's unselect it. So there's this auto select button that if you pressed it, it doesn't matter if you click here in the scene or you click here in the hierarchy. As soon as you do, the Yuma generator, the edit mode from the generator from the wizard will draw it to you and give you the options. The problem with this is that you will usually, if you only wanted to check like the scripts assigned to the object and stuff like that, you will have this Yumas popping all around and the camera being like moved. So in case you find this annoying or you actually don't want this to be the behavior, you may unselect the auto select, and now it doesn't matter if you select here in the hierarchy or in the scene. The wizard won't like start itself, and you'll be able like to see this without having the Yuma popping up. If you want to actually select the Yuma in this mode, you'll need to use this button that says select avatar and look for the avatar here on the list. And now it will pop up and I'll give you the other options. Okay, so this is the Yuma, the default one. So right now, for this video, we're only going to talk about the shapes and meshes. So shapes is a very powerful feature for the Yuma that allow you to change things. For example, well, I'm sorry, but I'm a guy. So here we got into the torso and changed the breast size. For example, she's probably too skinny, so you can change her lower weight. The shape of her head, So you can go like this. We'll actually leave it here. No, like that. Yeah, and there's this randomize button that if you press, it'll randomly change several of the features. Do note that the randomize button won't change the head size if you press it in head, and won't change the height if you press it in body. In the other case, it will change all the variables. So this way you're able to change your Yuma and modify the shape. Okay, that's what you do here in shapes. Do know that each time you change one of the type of shapes, the camera will zoom on the proper one. Also meshes, if you click on meshes, meshes take care of what it's called slots and overlays. So let's start with the basic one. So here, if you press head, you're presented with the slots that are actually assigned to the Yuma. You've got the female eyes, the female face, and the female inner mouth. If you hear in head. So let's actually add some hair. So you'll press the green Add Slot from Library button, and you'll present it with all the other slots that had the head filter. If you remember here in settings, that had the head filter turned on. So let's go with actually with long hair. So you press Add, and then you're presented the overlay button. You should at least at this moment you should both select the slot and at least one overlay. So let's select the female long hair 01 overlay. That is this one. Yeah. Now, yeah, but she looks too young to have her hair white. So if you want to change the color, you'll just go here and press Edit, and you'll be able here to change color. You can press either the color picker, or just let's leave it blue, or you can just press the color option and just change it. One of the things I have actually forgotten to change is that if you actually slide the color, it will change like really slowly. So just click on it. I need to make like a hardcore change to enable this to be run smooth. So I need to get some time doing that. Yeah, so yeah, we put the color black. So in here we're gonna press back, and now we're gonna add the final piece of the long hair. That is this one, the module, and we're gonna add the matching overlay. And we're gonna press Edit. We're gonna press the color picker, and this actually I'm gonna get it from the scene. So yeah, now she has her head black. Okay, so that was a slot and an overlay. So actually we don't want her running nude in this case. So we're gonna go into the torso, and we're gonna edit the already existing torso, and we're gonna add an overlay. We're gonna add no, let's do underwear first. Yeah, and let's add. Oh, I'm sorry, I was clicking the wrong one. Add overlay, and let's add the t-shirt. Wait, give me a sec. This is one of the things that sometimes happen. Let me remember. Oh, I know what happened. That overlay doesn't match this. Yeah, my bad. That overlay. It's this shirt, the first one. Sorry. The T-shirt overlay. This last one I was checking was meant for the actual T-shirt slot. So that's the reason. When you select an overlay that doesn't match, either it won't draw, or you will get the strange things you just saw on the arm. I was selecting the wrong overlay. One of the things that in the Yuma project in general we're trying to fix is precisely to have each overlay know which is the only matching slot was meant to avoid those things to happen. Okay, so in this case we're going to get the t-shirt, we're going to change the color, and we're going to put it red. And the last thing I wanted to show you is this up-down things you see here. So it's like the order. So imagine she actually put her shirt first and the underwear last. So you'll press down on the underwear button and you'll get this effect. And so you got the idea. And actually, let's add jeans. Another funny thing that is happening to the Yuma that is to be fixed too is that I'll try to build an option in the wizard. Is that, for example, if you're adding like all this stuff you just saw I did, you actually need to add that in the torso slot. And that's something for the moment. It works like that for the moment. I'll have that change. For example, if you're putting jeans, the idea would have to go into edit and do it here. But if you're doing like the clothing overlays over her, you'll actually need to do that from the torso slot. Well, that sounded funny. If you didn't got me, yeah, don't mind me. I'll explain in future videos. Okay, so she's ready. One thing that you must bear in mind with the shape and meshes is that any change you made here will be destroyed unless you press save. On other videos you have seen that we have changed scripts and stuff in the animations and we didn't press save. But if you change something in shapes and meshes, you need to press save. So save will do two things. It will create a new, it will save, it will store the changes you made into the shapes and meshes, of course. And I need to get a new computer, God. And it will allow you to save the recipe for you to use it in other project. So in this case, we're gonna yeah, phone ringing. So in this case, we're gonna press grow asset, and that's gonna be saved here. So if you get here into the assets, you'll see that there's this girl file. This is a normal recipe, Yuma recipe file, so it got saved here in the asset folder. And actually, we got we've deselected the avatar. So let's press select again. And yeah, the girl as we just did it just popped up. And as you can see, she's using the cloth we just placed. If you want to deselect this, you need to press unlock and click elsewhere. This lock button, the idea with this is for you to like select other things and get in the avatar like undrawn. So this unlock will take care of not getting her undrawn in case you need her like to appear being placed there. So let's click outside, and the last thing we're gonna do today in this video, we're gonna go into the Yuma wizard and we're gonna open the scene wizard just for a moment. It has basically two options. Create basic scene will place some lighting and a plane for you to demo. Since the Yumas have animations and physics, they will just go down into the void in case you just press play. So we just created like a floor, and we're gonna adjust the camera to appear in front of the Yuma with some basic settings. So we're set. Now we're gonna press play, and you should be able to see the Yuma we just made in a moment. I do need a new computer. It'll take some time. If you have the Pro version, it will take a few times. So yeah, I'm moving it, and that's the Yuma we just created.